What is up, guys? It is Jeb Wrestling here, back again with another video. And today we have the Elite 118, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Jacob Fatu, all from Ringside Collectibles. These are brand new, and I did pre-order these from Ringside Collectibles. I was originally just going to pre-order the Jacob Fatu and then get Tama and Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa at a later date. But I'm glad I pre-ordered all of them because now the Tama Tonga is on back order. I'm not sure if the Tongaloa is on back order, but I know the Tama Tonga is, and the Jacob Fatu is obviously on back order as well. These are going to be some pretty hot selling figures for 2025 here, because obviously these are three first time in the lines in the Elite line. These are three characters that were playing a pretty critical role in the Bloodline story of last year. Obviously, the Tongans aren't on TV right now, but I'm sure they're going to be pretty prominently featured once they return. But yes, we are going to jump right into Tama Tonga first. Into the accessories first for Tama Tonga, we are going to be seeing the one fans because obviously when he was brought up, when he debuted, he was in Solo Sikoa's new bloodline that he was assembling. He was the first member that he brought into the fold. These are going to be just the basic pointing interchangeable hands that we see with every bloodline figure. Nothing too special about them. But then you jump into this vest. Now this is a really soft black and red rubber vest. Unbuckles really easily on the front. But part of me was upset because like if you look at Tongaloa's vest, you'll see that it buckles up in the back. Part of me wished that the buckles in the front were on the back, and part of me still wishes that honestly, but it doesn't bother me as much in person. I just wish you didn't see like the studs here, but other than that, it's a really soft rubber good. You can see the red detailing on the front and on the back, and the red lines on the side that line up perfectly with the tights on the Tama Tonga. This is a really cool rubber vest, and if you don't want to have it on him, he does wrestle without a shirt pretty frequently, so I guess you don't necessarily need the rubber vest on him. But I'm definitely going to be keeping it on this figure most of the time. But now let's jump into Tama Tonga. Tama Tonga's first ever WWE action figure. This is pretty anticipated for me, honestly. I like Tama Tonga. I think he's funny, and overall, I think this figure is really cool. Jumping into the head sculpt first, I do get only a minor Abraham Lincoln vibe from this head sculpt. At the same time, it looks like Tama Tonga, and also at the same time, his forehead is really big, dude. Like this is a really big forehead on Tama Tonga. I don't know if that's necessarily accurate. I think it looks like him. I like the facial expression. I like the facial hair, the fade on the side. So like I consider it like a perm mohawk that he has going on to the back. But I don't know. I feel like the forehead it kind of turns me off of this head sculpt just a little bit. But it's a good resemblance of Tama Tonga, no doubt. It's just a real dome that he's got going on this head sculpt. Not really a fan of how big the forehead is. But I can definitely get past it. I think it looks like Tama Tonga pretty decently. So the forehead being too big is definitely something that I can get past. He's got a pretty nice looking torso here. I can't really pinpoint like what character this torso originated on, but last time it was used, I'm pretty sure they used it on the Elite 115 Tyler Bate, which is pretty cool. Got some pretty basic sized arms here with the tattoo on the right bicep. He's got some black wrist tape, microphone holding hands. Everything up top is moving good as far as ab crunch, arms, elbows, everything on this Tama Tonga moving really nice. Down to the attire, he does have the sculpted on belt. So I guess this is like a brand new crotch piece because they have that's pretty weird to say, but they have the belt sculpted on all the way to the back. It's red. You can see the studs on the front. Really cool. He's got some pretty basic looking red lines going down the tights. And then, of course, he does have the black boots at the bottom. If you're wondering, leg articulation is moving really good. Knees, a little bit stiff, but I can definitely work with it. Overall, I do think this Tama Tonga is really nice, and it's gonna look way better once we pop on the vest. Yeah, this figure definitely looks better when you have the vest on. Here is Tama Tonga next to my custom Tama Tonga that I made. I don't even know when I made it. Maybe like July or August. I can't even remember, but that thing looks horrible next to the Elite 118 Tama Tonga. This one is definitely better, and yeah, I do like this figure a heck of a lot, and I recommend it if you like Tama Tonga. Now we're going to jump into his brother, Tongaloa. My favorite professional wrestler of all time, Tongaloa, is coming with some really cool interchangeable hands. Now, these aren't just regular old ones hands that are painted black to replicate gloves. These are like some new molds of hands here. He does have like his knuckles sticking out through the gloves, which is really cool. And you can see like a bunch of different sculpts, and you can see the strap hanging off of the glove, which is really, really cool. I like the detail on these gloves a lot, and it is the same thing on the microphone holding hands, if you're wondering, where you can see the strap actually coming off the hand, showing it like the glove's unstrapped or something. I think that's really cool. He is also coming with a very similar vest to that of Tama Tonga's, but it does have its differences. First and foremost, you can see the red T on the front instead of Tama Tonga's, where you can see just like the little red design up top. Here you can see the full T. It doesn't have any other red logos on it, like nothing on the sides or anything, but you can see that it buckles up in the back, which I do prefer over Tama Tonga's because his buckled up in the front. This one buckles up in the back, and I just feel like it's a more professional look on the front. Like you can imagine like a zipper going down here if it's in the back, like you can imagine like where it zips up, something like that. I don't know. That's just how I see it, but I definitely like the Tongaloa's vest better than Tama Tonga's. Tongaloa in the flesh. Here is his head sculpt. I can see why you wouldn't like this head sculpt. It's pretty goofy because you can see he's got bugged out eyes. He's got a smile on his face. But I do think it does resemble Tongaloa. He does make some pretty goofy faces sometimes, and I think this one does fit. It would have been cool to see like an interchangeable head with an eye patch or something. But I think they are going to be making like a main event figure a main event Tongaloa figure with the eye patch over his eye, and it's going to be like a suit or something. I'm pretty sure they showed that one off at WWE World around WrestleMania time, but it still would have been cool to see the eye patch on this figure. Torso could be a little ripped. I've never actually seen him wrestle without a shirt. I've barely seen him wrestle at all, honestly. Like before he got injured, they were like barely booking him to wrestle at all. But I've never seen him wrestle without a shirt. And like he does like have the vest on like 100% of the time. So it doesn't really bother me if this torso is a little too shredded. And it does move really good anyway. The ab crunch front to back is really, really good. Beefy arms, which some people are having an issue with, but I don't know. I feel like these fit as well. I feel like he has like some pretty decently sized arms. I might be sugarcoating these figures a little bit too much just because I'm excited to get Tama Tonga, Tongaloa figures and all that. But I'm not bothered by any of the part usages here. He does have some very similar tights to Tama Tonga with the same sculpted belt on the front and just some red scratches on the side. He does have the black knee pads and the black kick pads at the bottom. These feel like Seth Rollins legs. I'm pretty sure that these are just Seth Rollins legs that they reused for Tongaloa. They definitely move pretty good. No issues forward, no issues to the side, and no issues with the knees, obviously, because they do have pins. Kudos to Mattel for making these figures a lot better because a lot of the figures I've been getting recently, they've been feeling really, really good in hand. So thank you, Mattel. Here is Mr. T Loa in his signature pose where he holds out his fist like that. I might like this figure a little bit better than the Tama Tonga. I don't know. I feel like a lot of elements of this figure are better than the Tama Tonga figure in terms of like vest and head sculpt and all that. But these two definitely do look really good next to each other into what could potentially be my most anticipated figure of 2025 so far, Jacob Fatu Elite 118. Starting off with the hands, we are going to be seeing. I like how they have like the finger tape consistently throughout all the hands. You can see like the black finger tape on all his fingers, even his thumbs. I think that's a really, really cool detail. But we are going to be seeing the open interchangeable hands so you can put them together and say, I love you, Solo, which he doesn't really say anymore. I don't know if they like told him to stop doing it because it was like too goofy and they wanted to be more serious or something. But he hasn't really like put his hands together and said that in a very very long time. So I don't really know what the case is there, but it was pretty funny when he used to say it. And he also does have these pointing interchangeable hands, which are obviously supposed to be ones to the sky, acknowledging our tribal chief Solo Sokoa with the black finger tape. And last for the accessories, we have this fully black cloth tank top with a wicked werewolf decal on the front. So much detail on this logo that they put into it. Part of me kind of wants to get this shirt in real life, but he has debuted some new shirts recently, like the all gas no brakes shirt. So if I want a Jacob Fatu shirt, I'd probably go to that one before this one. But it's a really really cool logo on the front with the werewolf and the red eyes. And it does Velcro up in the back, so it's not going to be like that elastic material that you have to like slide over the arms and crap like that. Nope. This is a fully Velcro shirt, really tight fit on the Jacob too, but I like how they did that because he does wear his shirts pretty tight. But yes, this is a really awesome shirt. Now let's get into the figure. This head sculpt is awesome, dude. This is Jacob Fatu's first head sculpt that he's ever receiving from Mattel, because obviously this is his first figure. And I do think that they nailed it. He's like almost smiling. This is like a really freaky, savage smile. And I like it for Jacob Fatu because he's an absolute savage in the ring. He's got the beard, he's got the mustache, the full facial hair going on, and the hair detail I do especially like. He's got the black dreads with the red hair dye going through, really messy hair going on the back, all kinds of dread detail, and he does have a little bit of white at the ends of certain dreads. I really, really like this. It reminds me a little bit of the Swerve Strickland, like the first AEW Swerve Strickland, where he just had like all these different colors going through his hair. I think this is really, really cool. Moving down to the torso, he does have the tattoo going up on his chest. I cannot like put my finger on like whose torso this would be. I think this could be like a brand new torso. I could be wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. I think this is a brand new torso. Certainly no figures I've ever gotten. I've ever had it. That's for sure. I don't remember ever seeing this torso on any other figure, so it might be brand new. Arms, these are definitely too small. Like I know. Like let me grab the box. Hold on a second. I did save the box on this Jacob Fatu so we could get some side-by-side comparisons with the picture that they have for us. And you can definitely see that when he debuted, he lost a ton of weight, dude. He lost a ton of weight, and the arms could be a little like even if you look at this picture, like I think the arms are a little skinny on this Jacob Fatu, but I still like how they have the tattoo detail as well as like the straps on the arms right around the elbow area. He doesn't have the bicep straps that he has in the picture. That would have been a pretty cool detail, but that doesn't really bother me. He does have the wrist tape and the continuation of the finger tape on these microphone holding hands. And the attire, much like the attires on the Tongans, is going to be pretty basic. He does have the red waistband up top and the red little logos on both sides of his legs. Rest of it's just black, and he does have the new age Cody Rhodes style of boots, which are definitely some big feet, dude. Like let me grab this Solo Sikoa, and then he's got my stop motion string on him. But if you grab this Solo Sikoa, you can definitely see that the foot is a little big on this Jacob Fatu, because it's like the Cody Rhodes boot mold that they've been using with the updated ankle pivot, which I do think is really good. I just think they could decrease the size of the feet a little bit. Legs, no issues whatsoever to the front, to the side, or even with the knees. These knees do move really, really good. But overall, I'm very impressed with this Jacob Fatu. Only real gripe with it is the arm size, but other than that, I think this is a really, really awesome figure, especially for his first one. This one's going to be super sought after, and yeah, I cannot wait to put the US title on him. Let's do that right now. Here's one final comparison with all of the bloodline. You do have Solo Sikoa as well as Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, and Tongaloa. These all do look really, really cool next to each other. And yeah, these three are brand new from Ringside Collectibles. Jacob and Tama are on back order. I know that for sure. As for the Tongaloa, I don't know if he's on back order or not. Kind of like I mentioned earlier. But I guess you can go over to Ringside Collectibles and check if you want those figures, of course. But that has been the review on some new figures from Elite 118. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And I would also greatly appreciate it if you were to smash a like on this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. But yes, Jet Wrestling out.